on identifying high authority sources for your literature review. We have our guest facilitator here, Ruben Ameuda, all the way from Ghana. Ruben, welcome. He's a postgraduate researcher at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Normally is a data analyst and researcher, and we are so blessed to have him here today. He also has his own business. He's a trainer and part owner of Bright Hills Research, and he's an official journal reviewer for a couple of journals. So we are in good company today, and we are looking forward to learning. So we urge you to come into the room, use the chat to share your where you come from, the country you come from, your discipline, so that Ruben has an idea of the people he's speaking to today. So welcome, Ruben. The floor is yours. As people introduce themselves, you can share a few, whatever you want to share, and then we can start.
Okay. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Thank you. I will see you. Thank you very much. And then I'm also very happy to lead this discussion. Very, very happy to be part of this community. So as a researcher or a data analyst, I'm always there to also help and then impart knowledge. So as part of our role as researchers to impart knowledge, not only to publish articles, but also to impart knowledge. We are here to also learn about authoritative sources. So with that, talking much, I'll now share my screen and then start with the presentation. Okay. Okay, so my name is Ruben Ameuda. I am a data analyst and researcher, and then postgraduate research assistant from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Precisely, it is located in Kumasi, Ghana. So when you come to Ghana, you ask of Kumasi, then you can locate wherever I am. So today I am leading the discussion on identifying high authoritative sources for your literature review. And this session is actually going to help us identify good sources for our thesis, our publications, and our report writing, any formal writing that we are going to use sources. This webinar is going to help us. So with the outline or the session outline, we are going to talk about strong versus weak sources. But we also define what is high authority sources, high authority sources. We are going to also talk about that. And why sources, source quality matters, type of academic sources. Then that's for the part one. When we are done with part one, we move to part two. Then we will talk about strong versus weak sources, indicators of authority, journal indexing and publishers, then authority DOI and then citations. We talk about the recency, relevance, and the rigor. Then the part three, we talk about appraiser, literature appraisers and how to apply them. So we talk about anatomy of an article, how to appraise it step by step. Those that are familiar with literature review, we have something called literature appraiser. We will also touch on that. Where to find credible sources and how to avoid predatory journals. And we have some 4 exercises to do. So this is what we are actually going to cover in this session. Okay, so let's see our learning outcome. So one, what makes a source a high authority? We are going to know how to actually identify high authority sources. Two, what is peer-reviewed versus non-peer-reviewed work? How do you manage to know that this is a peer-reviewed article or not a peer-reviewed article? And we also talk about key databases and indexing systems. Then we will do how to search credible academic databases. We will use Google Scholar as an example. So we will search some few articles on Google Scholar to see the sources that will come and we access them. You evaluate any sources systematically, build a defensible reference list. So that's our learning outcome. So here we want to know what is a high authority source. What do we mean by high authority source? So we have a definition as a source whose quality, credibility, and accuracy have been independently verified. So the underlying word is verified. Any source that we can verify is actually regarded as a high authority source. So it is usually through peer review or institutional vetting. So when we actually submit a paper for publication, we have something called double peer review, double system of the peer review, double blinded peer review, or maybe open source peer review. Then we also have the institutional vetting. Like when you submit your thesis to your supervisor or to your supervisor will actually look at it and then see either you have done a good work or not. And that's what is organized and cited by the scholarly community. So when you talk of high authority sources, we are actually talking about the quality of the source, the credibility of the source, and the accuracy of it, and the verification, how we can actually verify that source. So let's see the hierarchy of trust. In this world, we have type of articles. So the first one is systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So systematic reviews and meta-analysis are regarded as high authority sources. Why? Because systematic review actually review articles, appraise them, and combine the findings of all credible sources and make policy out of it. So systematic review is not just an independent research where only one person sit there and do something, but it's an accumulation of different articles together. So we trust them so much in health sciences, especially in health sciences. We trust systematic reviews for policy making, and the meta-analysis to the same thing. It is actually accumulation of data from different articles. So we rank them as higher authority. So when you do, maybe you perform a systematic review or meta-analysis and you publish it, it is regarded as a higher version of an article when we are ranking articles. So it's very good. You also know how to do a systematic review and meta-analysis. Two, peer-reviewed journal articles. Now, why do we rank peer-reviewed journal articles as second? We rank them as second because when you submit an article to a good journal, so we have good journal and a bad journal, or the predatory journal. When you submit a paper, let's say you submit a paper to Elsevier journal, any of the Elsevier journal, maybe Taylor and Francis, Emerald, this Springer Nature, or Wiley, those are seen as top publishers, and any journal from those sources are actually Scopus Index or Web of Science Index. So when you submit a paper to those journals, we have something called peer review. Another researcher will actually look at it, at least 2 or 3 researchers will actually assess your work. If it is good, they will accept it and publish it. If it is having a problem that is beyond acceptance, they reject it. So we respect that kind of articles and rank them as peer review journal and rank them as second after systematic meta-analysis. Now, the third article that we also rank is academic books and institutional reports. Academic books are also ranked as third because of the credibility that they also have. Books are also good sources that we normally use, especially when we are doing methodology. We normally like citing Criswell book for our methodology session. So those books are actually vetted. Actually, they edit it, they read through, they also actually review it before they finally publish them. An institutional report to be actually, there is somebody to review it before they publish it. So we trust those sources. Then we have conference papers and thesis. Conference papers are also used as academic source because there'll be someone to also review it to see if this source is okay or not, and our thesis too. And we have blogs, opinion, and unverified web. Those are the ones that we don't use in academics. When they publish something as a blog, we don't use it in academics. As a good researcher, when we are citing an article from a blog, it's wrong. We don't do that. And opinion reports, it should be from, let's say, opinion reports from World Bank can be a high authority source, but opinion reports from, let's say, any unverified website is not actually used in academics. And unverified websites, we don't cite, we don't regard them as high authority sources. So the sources that we are talking about is systematic review and meta-analysis, peer-reviewed journal articles, academic books, institutional reports, conference papers, and theses. They are the ones that you should use for your thesis and for your publication articles. Where source quality matters in why source quality matters in systematic or literature reviews. So one, we talk about academic credibility. Now, when it comes to the quality of our sources or of our literature, when you cite from predatory journal or you cite from blogs, you cite from unverified websites, we see your thesis as bad. In fact, you can't publish that thesis in a high impact journal. Any good journal see sources that are not from top good sources, they'll reject it. So you will not have any academic credibility. When you use blogs on verified websites in your thesis, your supervisor can even reject that thesis. So you will not have any academic credibility. I could remember I submitted a paper where we cite something from a website. They said we should remove it. Though the website is trusted, but since it's not peer reviewed, they said it's not accepted. So we have to remove it. So we need to use high academic sources to gain academic credibility. Then two, strong arguments. If you want to make an argument in your thesis, the claim should ground in authoritative work or harder to challenge or far more persuasive. So when you are actually making a claim, let's say you make an argument that those that have access to credit, are more productive in terms of agriculture. Those that have access to credit are more productive. What do you base your argument on? So we have to now look at the journal that you cite. But when you cite and you realize that the journal that you cite is not from a good source, that argument is not going to work. In fact, that argument is not going to be taken seriously. Then three, guard against error. When you cite from a good source, high authoritative source, we actually respect it. We actually avoid error. We assume that what you did is correct. So to guide you against error in your thesis. So when you cite a good source, it will guide you against error. Then research identity. When you all your sources, all your references are from good sources, we now identify you as a researcher. So because you can't beat your chest and say you are a researcher, but you are citing from low journals, you are citing from predatory journals, you are citing from bad journals, it's not accepted. Okay, type of sources used in academic writing. So we talk of peer-reviewed journals. So when we talk of peer-reviewed journals, journals that are actually peer-reviewed. So we have Elsevier journals, Emerald. You can get journal from Emerald. You can get journal from Taylor and Francis. Wiley is also good. Maybe this institutional press like Cambridge University Press. They are all good publishers that have good journals. So the journal, the rule of thumb is that the journal should be Scopus Index or Web of Science Index. 2, we also cite from academic books, and the book have to also come from good sources, like example, Oxford Hub, Routledge, you can use Springer, or you can use Stella and Francis, Emerald. Any book from those good sources are hot, regarded as good authoritative sources. And institutional reports. You can cite a report from Food and Agriculture Organization. So let's say Food and Agriculture Organization actually have annual reports of, let's say, maize production. You can cite, if your thesis about maize production, you can cite it from them. Maybe World Bank have a report about, let's say, poverty in Africa. World Bank is trusted, so you can cite from them. You can cite from World Health Organization, you can cite from ECOWAS, you can cite from the African Union, you can cite from even, like example, as a Ghanaian, you can cite from Ghana Statistical Service, you can cite from any governmental sources. So we have government reports, organizational reports, organizations that are actually trusted, that actually cover a high range. You can cite from them. But organizations that are not trusted, please do not cite them. Any blog, let's say somebody published a report on his or her website, which is not an governmental organization, do not cite from them. Then thesis and dissertation. Thesis and dissertation are actually seen as also good academic sources because theses are also verified. But when it comes to critical analysis, if you want to do publish in high impact journal, sometimes they don't even accept thesis. But if you want to write a thesis in your school, you can cite another thesis that is credible. Then systematic reviews, you can also cite from systematic review from Cochrane or Campbell collaboration. You can also cite conference papers if the source is good. So now I'll talk some more about peer review process for credible journals. So we have a lot of journals. Journals are about thousands, like millions in this world. I can't mention all. But the journal should come from a good publisher. Example, Taylor and Francis, Emerald, Elsevier, Springer Nature, Wiley, Cambridge University, Oxford University Press. All those publishers normally publish good journals. So if maybe you have a paper, maybe your thesis, you convert your thesis into a manuscript and you want to publish it, what are the steps? First, what you do is you have to now, you have to first submit it. After submit an article, you have to submit an article. Then the editor will review the article. So the editor will actually look through the article and see is this thing good or not. So the editor cannot reject it. We call it desk reject. So if the article didn't follow the journal style, they'll reject it. But if your article passed through and everything is all right, the journal will send it out. So editors send paper to review. So they'll now send the paper to another researcher. Let's say about 2, 3, or 4. Normally, I receive every week, I receive about 2 or 3 review requests. Maybe journal will send me a paper to review. So they will send it to researchers to review. So the researcher will review the article. Then peer reviewers make recommendation. The peer reviewers will also make a recommendation to actually make the paper good or not. Sometimes these reviewers can reject the paper. They can say the paper is not good to be published in this journal, in that particular journal. They can reject it. Or they can actually make a suggestion that will improve the paper. Then it will come back to the editor. So the editor will read the reviewer's recommendation and make decision. So the editor will now also make a decision. Either the article requires minor revision or the article is rejected. So based on the reviewer's recommendation, the article either rejected or accepted. Though the editor actually sees good at initial stage, but reviewers can say that the article is not good and they can reject it. Or reviewers will say that it's good, but the person should make either minor revision or a major revision. So a minor revision is that maybe they can tell the author to go and correct some simple grammar mistakes or edit some simple thing. Maybe a major revision can be that the person should go and redo the analysis, or the person should redraw the conceptual framework, or the author should actually check their models very well. It is regarded as what a major revision. So based on that, then the article requires extensive revision. So if the author now revised the article, then the article is now accepted and published now. So see one paper that you want to publish, see the step that it passes through. So that is the reason why we trusted what peer-reviewed journals. So in your thesis, if you are not using peer-reviewed journals, your supervisor can reject it. For me, in my school, sometimes professors ask me to review thesis for students. For PhD, especially when it's by PhD candidates, and you use blogs, you use predatory journals, we can even based on that one and tell you that your thesis is not good enough to be proceed. We will ask you to change the claim. So let's say you cited a predatory journal, you have to go and redo the thesis again. That's what we did in our school. So we don't like students to use bad sources or weak sources or predatory sources. And I'll show you some of the predatory sources. So strong sources versus weak sources. What make a source strong and what make it weak? Okay, now let's talk how I'll talk about the weak aspects. No peer review. You see, a blog, maybe you have a website and you are a blogger. When you are a blogger, no one reviewed that message I put there. So if you have a website and you put something there, who review it? The question is, who review the information that you actually publish on your website? The answer is no one review it. Even if someone review it, it is an internal review. It's not double-blinded that journals did. So in academic sources, we don't trust no papers that are not peer-reviewed. We don't trust them. And Wikipedia sources. Sometimes I see students citing from Wikipedia. Then I just say, no, this is not a good source. Or opinion letters. Someone is also talking about something from his or her mind, so maybe personal perspectives, and you actually cite your thesis. It's bad. No one actually peer review it. Then two, anonymous or unqualified author. You can see a report and there is no author. We don't know the source. So if you see a report somewhere and you can't determine who actually wrote that particular report, then you can't verify the source. We don't use those sources in your thesis. Then hidden or absent methodology. Now you see a paper and there is no methodology. If there's no method, how do you actually check if the source is good or not? You can't use it. So we reject those kind of sources. Then outdated data in fast-moving field, especially example in health sciences. You are citing an article which is 1991, 1992, or 18 something, 2000. They are too outdated. So even the source, you can even maybe cite it from Emerald or Taylor and Francis or Elsevier or Springer, Taylor and Francis, all those big, high journals or publishers. But the source is outdated, it's too old. When it is too old, we don't use it unless the source is what? Classical literature. Example, maybe someone like Chris Wall. Chris Wall wrote a book in, let's say, 2000. You can still use it, though it's outdated, but we call it a classical literature. So it is only classical literature that we normally use, even if they are outdated. So what is the classical literature here? Classical literature is an article that is a major source that we cite in a particular field. Like example, when it comes to health sciences, maybe public health. Public health, we have particular papers that are guide. Even if they are old, we still use them. Let's say World Health Organization actually publish ways that we can solve maybe Ebola in Africa. Since World Health Organization publish it, even if it is outdated, people still cite it, even if it is outdated. So to be at the safest side, try to use current literature, maybe 2026 to date. 2016 to date. So 2016, 2017, 2018, 2021, 2022, all those dates is good. Then predatory or vanity publishers. When we are doing the practical, I'll show you example of predatory sources. Predatory sources are not Scopus indexed. Any article that is not actually indexed in a recognized database, don't cite from them. And even the article is not having the DOI, document online indicator. If an article don't have that permanent link that you can click to verify the source, do not use it. Then what should we use? You should use peer-reviewed or indexed paper. So the paper should be indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. So Web of Science and Scopus is the world's highest database with the highest authority. So any journal article that is actually indexed in Scopus or Web of Science is trusted. So me like this, I have my Scopus ID, I have my Web of Science ID. So I make sure any article I publish, it is actually part of either Scopus or Web of Science or both. So please do not publish in low journals or weak journals. Publish in, make sure when you go to the index side of the journal, you can see Scopus there or Web of Science there. Then you have to check of the name, credential, the author with its affiliation or the school of the author. You have to make sure it's from the academic source. Transparent and replicable methodology. You have to make sure the methodology is something that you can repeat. Then recent, the article have to be recent. Like I said, if you use outdated data in your article, they can reject it for you. You are citing something from 2000, 1998, 1992, 1993, 1884, 18 something is too old. In fact, cites things that are in the range of 10 years time. From 2016 to date is okay. Then reputable academic publisher. Like example, Emerald is one, Taylor and Francis is one, Elsevier, Springer Nature, Cambridge University, Oxford University, and this African Journal Online system is also good. You can cite from them. So they are the reputable academic publishers. Then carries any article that carries DOI or the document online indicator. I call it permanent link to the article. You have to use them. You can use those articles. But some articles have the DOI, but they are still not from a good source. So you have to be careful. Now, I talk about ranking article from higher source to a lower source. People also rank living evidence synthesis to expert opinion. But what is a living evidence? Living evidence is a synthesis. Living evidence synthesis is a continuously updated systematic review or clinical guideline. So people rank it as higher than even meta-analysis and systematic reviews. Okay, indicators of high authority sources. What shows that this source is actually from a good source? One is peer-reviewed. So when you open a journal, you have to see the peer review history. Then impact and indexing. So we have journal listed in Scopus or Web of Science. You have Q1 journal. The Q1s are the highest, followed by the Q2, Q3, and Q4. So if you are actually looking at the impacts, look at the journal ranking. So, and also see if that journal is actually indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. Then authority source. So very qualified author affiliated with recognized institution. So the author have to come from an institution. Like example, as I am a researcher, I'm from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, which is recognized in Africa, recognized in the whole world. So when any article I publish, I use my school as the authority. Then the publisher standing. Make sure you submit your paper or you use articles from good publishers. And I'll mention again, Taylor and Francis, Emerald, Elsevier, Springer Nature, Cambridge University, Oxford University Press. They are good sources. There are other ones that I can't mention all, but the common ones are the ones that I just mentioned. Please try and also pick an article from them. Then the article have to be recent, and the article have to be traceability. Now, traceability is one important thing that I'll touch on. Now, when you are using an article, is it something that is traceable? Can you click on a link to show the source where it is from? If it is here, then fine, you can use it. Now, journal indexing and publisher credibility. So we have Scopus. Please, as I said, I repeat this a lot. Make sure the source is indexed in Scopus or Web of Science, or it is also verified from DOAJ. is vetted directory of open access journals. So you can use this directory of open access journals. Is also good. Or PubMed. In PubMed, when you are from the medical field, make sure the journal is what's indexed in PubMed. Then you can use the SMARGO, SJR. The SJR, they are the one that rank journals from Q1 to Q4. And Q1 journals are the highest one, followed by Q2, Q3, and Q4. That's okay. Now, publisher red flags. I think when you move on, I'll show more of this one practically. Then authority, author expertise, DOI, and citation record. Now you have to make sure any paper that you are citing, the author is an expert in that particular field. So, example, if I'm from business management, I must have business management papers. So if you are a health science student, let's say you are doing medicine, published in medicine journals. If you are from agriculture, published in agriculture related journals. So don't, if let's say you are a public health person and you are publishing in agriculture journals, it doesn't match. So you have to actually publish in your field and have authority over the source. Then the DOI is the digital object identifier, or I also call it document online indicator, or a permanent link to that particular paper. They are very good. They should have any journal that you cite, they should have that particular link. In fact, when recently I submitted about 5 papers to some Emerald journals. Example, one of the journal names is Journal of Agribusiness from Developing Economy. That journal will ask you that any article that you use should provide a DOI. If you didn't provide a DOI, the article will to be rejected. So then I did. So I have to make sure all the articles that I actually include in a reference list, they have the verified DOI. Sometimes when you're using AI to write your thesis, this is where the risk is. AI is used to hallucinating sources. So when you are actually using AI, tell the AI to give you a verified DOI. So AI can help you do your literature review, but make sure, tell the AI to provide you the DOI. So the DOI, make sure you click on it. When you click on it, to send it to whatever the article is being published. That's where you can verify that source. So please, I'll repeat again, make sure if you are using AI, make sure the AI give you the DOI, or you have to find a DOI to that particular article. If you didn't find a DOI, find maybe the volume and the issue and the journal name. So you can go to the journal and search for that particular article. If it is not there, then it is false. Because AI is used to giving bad sources. Then citation record. Citation record is also very important. I'll talk about it when we are using the practical in Google Scholar. Then you have to make sure whatever you are citing is recent. So maybe 5 to 10 years is accepted. Like I said, I repeated this one already. It's relevant to your field. Whatever sources that you are using, make sure it is relevant to your field. And then the methodology is also quality. The methodology should be very good. Now, where to find credible sources? Where to find credible sources? Now, one, you can find credible sources in Scopus. So when we are doing a systematic review, for me, I am an expert in systematic review and meta-analysis. When we are doing systematic reviews for meta-analysis, or we are doing systematic reviews and meta-analysis, or we are doing any of them, or scoping review, umbrella review, you have to use Scopus as your database. If your school subscribes to Scopus, use it. For my school, subscribe to Scopus. So you just go to the school, you use your school credential and log into Scopus and go and go and search your paper. You can also make sure you use good search strategy. Use search strategy. Or you can also search from Web of Science. Web of Science is also very good. Web of Science in Scopus, they are the topmost highest or the highest ranking database in the whole world. Now, Google Scholar. Google Scholar is good, but contain predatory journals too. So Google Scholar is what we are going to use as the practical today. Google Scholar has good sources and a bad one, because Google Scholar allow for both good sources and bad one. But Scopus only, you can, anything in Scopus is credible. Anything in Web of Science is credible. But you can never say anything in Google Scholar is credible. No, not everything that is Google Scholar is good. So some of the scholars, I think I am writing 3 days ago, I'm writing one systematic review. And I'm considering, should I use Google Scholar as a database or not? So some people argue that Google Scholar should be used as a database. And some of the authors that paper is very interesting. Some people are also saying that since there is a predatory journals in Google Scholar, it shouldn't be used as the main database, but it should be used as a supporting database. So the current systematic review I'm doing some in health sciences. In health sciences, we normally use good sources that we don't end up killing somebody somewhere. So Google Scholar, when we are using articles from Google Scholar, we verify the articles when we are doing the screening. So for me, when I'm using Google Scholar, I become very careful, because I can see 50% of the articles in Google Scholar are from predatory sources. About 50% are from predatory sources. So if you're not careful, because Google, you can say Google Scholar is free. Anybody that can type Google Scholar, you can use it for free, but it is not actually a high-ranking authority database. But it is also good. It contains a good source, but it contains predatory journals, predatory reports, predatory articles. Then GSTOR, JSTOR, I call it JSTOR. JSTOR is very good. You can also search articles from JSTOR or GSTOR. It's also a very good database from business, health sciences, any field at all. Then EBSTO academic. This source is very good. If your school subscribe to this, use it. So they are the database and indexes. If your articles index any of these, you can use them. Except Google Scholar is not a sole one that can trust now, because predatory journals are also indexed in Google Scholar. Now, what about the open access one? We have the PubMed. When you are using PubMed, or when you are in the medical sciences or health sciences, make sure any sources that you are using is actually indexed in PubMed. So when we are doing a systematic review in health sciences, PubMed should be your number one database that you use. If PubMed is respected in health sciences than even Scopus. We respect PubMed in health sciences even than Web of Science. PubMed is the central database for health sciences. Then we have the DOAJ, so Directory of Open Access Journals. So Directory of Open Access Journals is also good, but sometimes they contain some also low journals. But in actual sense, they are medium database that you can use. We have the AFRI ARC. This one, I don't normally try that it's that much, but it's also open access index that you can use. Then OpenDoa, the institutional repositories. Let's say your school actually published a thesis. If your school can publish a thesis, student thesis, so you can also cite from those theses, but you should be careful when you are citing those sources. Then we have data and reports. Example, Food and Agriculture Organization, World Bank Open Data, IMF, WTO statistics, and ECOWAS or AU portals. You can take a report from those websites. Because World Bank is trusted. You see, IMF is trusted. You see, World Trade Organization is also trusted. Ghana Statistical Service is trusted. Food and Agriculture Organization, they are all trusted. So those big institutions, organizations, you can use reports from them. Because I don't think World Bank will publish a predatory source. Maybe will actually report something that is from a predatory source or give out a false report. Maybe it can happen, but it's not easy like that. So we trust those sources. Now, avoiding predatory and questionable sources. Now, how do we do to avoid them? Also, you see, when predatory, how do we manage to know that this source is predatory? Sometimes they give emails. They give you a lot of emails. The predatory journals, I'll even show you practically. Let me see. I'll just open my email. Predatory journals normally send a lot of emails. They'll be begging for submission. Also, select this email that on verified emails that are from them. They will just ask you that, oh, maybe, doc, we have a journal, you want to publish your paper in it. They'll be begging to publish in their journal. But good journals will not beg you to publish their paper in it. They even reject a lot of good papers. So I'll show you some of the email that predatory journals sent. Then suspicious past peer review for a fee or sometimes for free. They will tell you that when you submit your paper to their journal, they will publish it in a week for you. How come peer review can take just a week or 3 days? Just imagine it. But predatory journals will tell you that they will publish your paper in a week, sometimes as quickly as 3 days. That should be a red flag for you, a warning sign. So when you see a journal sending email to you that, oh, they are from a good source, this, so they'll publish your paper. Let's say just sometimes you can publish your paper for only 20 US dollars, 20 US dollars, while the credible ones are charging 1,000 plus US dollars. You see, fake or inflated impact factor claims. Sometimes they can put it on their website that their impact factor is 5, 5.2, 6.2, 7.2. Those high impact factor, which is not verified. VAC editorial board with no rare experts. Sometimes we put some professors on their website, but it's not verified. Or poor spelling and amateur website. Their website is not recognized. Their website is actually not good, not indexed anywhere reputable. Let me show you some of the email that they normally send. Sorry, I'll show this practically, then we go back again. I'll share my screen to show you some of them. I want to share my entire screen now. Okay, so yeah, so let me open my, so this is my email. Okay, let me hide this for now. Okay, so see, this is my email. So sometimes let's go to, normally these predatory journals, when they send an email, it normally go to my junk email. It's always go to the junk email. So let me just read few of them to you. Example, okay, this is, okay, example. Dear Dr. Amelda Rubin, warm greetings. We are delighted to invite you to participate in distinguished speaker at 8th edition of Advanced Chemistry of World Congress. I'm not into chemistry. I don't know anything about chemistry. And still, they say that we found your outstanding work on livelihood diversification and food security. I am from agribusiness background. Just look at this. I am from agribusiness background. And then I publish paper which is from food security, livelihood diversification and food security of maize growing household. This paper is published in Springer Nature, one of the top journals. So the source is good anyway, but they are using this source since they see that I'm a researcher. They write to me that they want me to be their distinguished speaker in chemistry conference. So how does agribusiness field match with chemistry field? Just tell me, just check this. So it tell you that they are hot. A predatory source. There are many of them. There are many of them. See, this is another one. Dear Dr. Rubina Melda, we wish you all the best. On behalf of editorial office, we will be pleased to invite you to contribute to an article to Human Resource Strategy and Practice. Let's search this journal, Human Resource Strategy and Practice. It will be from a predatory journal. Let's just search it. When you search it, here is it. Let me open it. So when you open it, this is it. See, Human Resource Strategy and Practice. You can register, you can see when you go down. See, you can't see their index. So here, let's browse about them. Now, okay, so you can go to current archive about, so about the journal. So they just see about, this is about the journal. So their scope, fine. So this is their scope, okay, about the journal. Submission. So they just show you how you should submit, the step that you should submit the paper. Editorial team. They publish some people there, like Ishmael Khan, Malaysia University. They put some people there, some faculty members there. Privacy statement, contact. That's all. They don't show their indexing. So how do I know that they are credible? So this is a practical example of predatory journal. This is a practical example of predatory journal. So they are begging me to publish in their paper. Whilst sources from Emira, Taylor and Francis will not do that. Emira never do that to me. Elsevier will never do that. Cambridge University will not write to you, Dr. Rubin, please go and publish in our journal. No, they have a lot of papers that they are even rejecting some. But this predatory journal, they will send email. As another example is this. Yes, see another one. See, hi, hello, dear Prof. Rubina. They don't know either I'm a prof, I'm a doctor, I'm a this. They don't know. So they just give you nice salutations. See you. Hello, dear Prof. Rubina Meuda. Good day to you. I come to across your previous research and highly impressed by your work as well as fit into our publication. If you have any latest research is still unpublished, I would like to invite you to submit your research for peer review publication. You see, they say this, I see they are doing proper peer review. Then you see the journal, see Open Access Journal of Economic Research. Let's search it. Let's search it. Let's search this journal. Let's search. I'll just search it and see. So just search it and see. See Open Access Journal of Economic Research. This is a predatory journal. See open access. So they are saying open access, but see their website. See what they put here. They said share this. They said that their article is being indexed in PubMed, which is false. If you actually trace it, the article is not even near PubMed. It's not even near Scopus. It's not even near Web of Science. But they'll put there. See, this thing, when you're not careful, to lie to you. So please make sure when you want to actually publish your paper, make sure you let's even ask the list of top research publisher. List of top research publisher. Even this Google will tell you that one, the commercial ones are Elsevier. So one, Google, I just Google it. So you can also do that at your end. Elsevier is one. So Elsevier, the largest scholarly publisher, it published over 2,700 journals. 2,700 journals. You see, including Lancet and Cell, and it operates key research metrics. So Elsevier is one of the top publishers. So any journal from Elsevier is good. That's what I would say. Second one is Springer Nature. Springer Nature is a good source. Springer Nature is one of the good source. Wiley is also another good source. Wiley. Then Taylor and Francis. Taylor and Francis is also very good. The MDPI, yeah, this is another good publisher. Then from university, you have good university presses that are also recognized in the whole world. Oxford University Press, any journal from Oxford University Press, please, you can publish in them. You are safe. Cambridge University Press is also good. Then specialized in society publishing, we have the IEEE. When we are from the electrical engineering or computer science or IT field, this should be your number one publisher, IEEE. Then the Sage publisher, they are also good. You can publish there. You see, the list finish. The list finish. So these are the top. The one we are talking about authority, they have the authority in general. When it comes to journals, top academic publishers, Elsevier, Springer Nature, Wiley, Taylor and Francis, MDPI, Oxford University Press, Cambridge University Press, IEEE, Sage Publications. Please note them down and use papers from these publishers. So how do you manage to know that this paper is from any of them? You can see starting from their website. Example, let's search Elsevier. Let's just search Elsevier. So Elsevier. So this is Elsevier. Let's just click. When you see, this is the website of Elsevier. So you can, okay, this is it. So any paper from Elsevier, this is their website. Any journal, they have a lot of journals. They have a lot of journal. Researcher Authority, you have a lot of journal. You can cite them down, or any paper from here is good. We have Springer Nature. Let's see. Let's just search something small from them. So here, this is Springer Nature link. This is one of the top publishers. So any paper from here, Springer Nature, BMC, Paragraph, Discover, A-Press, they are all indexed in Springer Nature. I think one of my paper is even here. Wanted to say, let me search livelihood. Okay, let me search my name here again. Meruda. Yeah, so here is it. Yes. So yes, this is my paper. Yeah. So livelihood diversification and food security of maize growing household in Techiman Municipality of Ghana. So this is an open access. I published this paper as an open access. So I am the corresponding author here. Yeah. Then Dr. Alice is one of the first author. And 1,405 people accessed this paper so far. We published it, I think, in 2020. 2026. 2026. We published it just recently. But those that access it is 1,405. That means the paper is making some good impact. So this is the summary of the paper. Then here, so any paper like this, you are safe. Anything from Springer Nature, you are safe. So you can even download the paper if you want. You can download it. When you click it. So this is the paper. So this is how Springer Nature paper is. You see, you can read and use these sources. And please, let's just go to the reference list. This reference list, let me zoom it. This reference list, you see, I use this, I provide the link. This is the DOI I'm talking about. So your reference list must contain, make sure you provide the DOI, this permanent link to any source that you actually use in your manuscript or your thesis. Please, it's very, very important. See this source, this is the DOI, this is the DOI, this is the DOI. All of them, almost all of them are having the DOI. See, this one is having DOI, like that. You see, most of the sources that I said, they are all having the permanent link. You see, so that's what they used to verify that this is what a good source. You see, this is a good source. So please, that's just one. So let me show you a few of okay, here they said that call for papers, International Journal of Sustainable Agricultural Research. You just click on this journal, see, open link. Just click on it. This is practical example of a predatory journal. You see, I receive almost every day, I receive email from them. So if you're not careful, they will lure you and you go and publish your good paper into their journal. When you publish in their journal, you are doing nothing. You will not be recognized as a researcher. People will not even cite your paper. See, International Journal of Sustainable Agricultural Research. They do it as if it is a good source, but when you go inside, they are predatory. They are predatory. Let's see about them. So see, okay, about corporate, introduction, mission, open access, societies. You will not have their indexing. You will not see journal authors, book authors, so editors, reviewers, membership, institution, and membership. See APC indexing. How do we manage to know that this is a good source? See, I'm struggling to find their index. No, I can't find it. You see, I can't find it. Journal title, I can't find it. So this is a big red flag that they are predatory journal. Please do not publish. Do not pick any source from here. Do not use this in your thesis. When you use it and your supervisor is actually particular about sources, your thesis can be rejected. Your thesis can be rejected. Let's see. Let's see this one too. Another one. See, this is another invitation. Dear Amelda Ruby, we have gone through your recent article, Livelihood Diversification, blah, blah, blah. If you are looking to publish your next article, then we have included a new journal index in Scopus and Web of Science. See what they are saying. I know that all journals that are actual indexed in Scopus and Web of Science are good. So these people are trying to lie to me that they are journal is actually indexed in Web Scopus and Web of Science, so I should publish in them. You just look and see. It's a is that animal, plants, whatever, including whatever. So even their journal name, they didn't even give me their journal name. Please reply to this email. When you reply to them, they are just going to lie to you. They are just going to lie to you. You see, this is another one too. This is another one. Let me come here. This is another one. Dear Dr. Ravina Moda, we will be delighted if you could join us as speaker of 12th annual conference of analytics. So this analytics, I am into agricultural economics, agribusiness, or business management field, or let's say agriculture related. Then I should join this. You see, some of the things are not related to me, but they send it to me. So, see, this Chinese man says annual conference, food science and nutrition. Fine, this is a bit related, but still, they are not something that they are trusted. So please, if you are receiving those emails, they are the red flags. They are the what? Red flags. They are the red flags. So they'll give you emails, a lot of email begging you for submissions, begging you to attend their conference. If you attend their conference, then they will lure you and go and publish in their journal. So that's the predatory stuff. We call it predatory journals. Predatory, they are predatory. They will lure you that publish in them. They'll beg you. It's not only me. I'm sure those researchers that are also here, they might receive some of these fake emails, some of these persuasive emails. Okay, so we have to avoid weak or predatory sources. So the red flag is what I just said, fake impact factors. Fake impact factors. The claim of high impact factors from unknown, unverified sources. Like some that I just show to you. I'm trying to see their index, I can't see it. They are from weak or predatory source. No clear peer review. They don't have any peer review history. Aggressive email invitation. That's what I just showed to you. They'll give you aggressive email invitation. That's a red flag that they are weak source. Do not fall for them. Do not publish. Send your valuable paper. You see, before you write a good paper, it takes time. Take time and resources. And go and waste your energy, your time publishing in predatory sources. Me, one my prof called Professor Camelos in our school. He told me that if I publish 100 papers in low journals or weak or predatory journals, and someone published one paper in a top journal from a top publisher, that one paper is worse than the 100 paper that I have in low journal. So I advise myself that it's better have only one paper in a good journal to have many of them in a low journal. So I make sure whatever I'm doing, I do it and do it very well. I published in one paper in Taylor and Francis, youth band paper, youth band paper in Taylor and Francis. And one conference from a good source, they invite me to be their speaker. And I look at I verify them. They are good source. They invited me to come to Japan for a conference. And I said, this is wow, this is very good. So when you publish in a good source, good journal, this is the benefit you get. Someone asked me that, why even as a student or as a researcher, why should you publish? Because when you publish, the paper is not going to give you money. Do we eat publication? Did they give you, they be paying you? And I say, oh, no, do not pay you. But when you publish in a good source, you can win grants. You can win invitation to conferences. Even World Bank can write to you to be their, maybe their researcher. Institutions can write to you. They want you to be their researcher. They want you to be their speaker at this. And that's where the money will come. Right now, if World Bank actually employ you to be their researcher, do you know how much they'll be paying you? That's a lot of money. So do not waste time publishing in predatory journals or low journals. Please make sure the journals are out from good publishers, which are Scopus or Web of Science Index. These poor journals, they also have poor website quality, sometimes unprofessional design, broken lines, missing key information, spelling mistakes. Sometimes instead of writing zero, they write O. Unsupported claims. So these are the red flags that you should see. Now, we are going to do one exercise here. So I talk a lot. So we are going to rank these 5 sources from highest to lowest authority. So I'm going to do this with you guys. So please, I want someone to rank this. Which one will you rank first? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the screen. If you can clearly see the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 articles here. Just their description. How will you rank them? Because we know, let me go back to ranking, the ranking criteria again. Okay, so this is systematic review first, systematic review and meta-analysis first, peer review journal articles second, academic books and institutional reports follow, conference papers and thesis, blogs, opinion at the lowest, which is not good. So please use that criteria, or you can even use, this is another, we have living evidence synthesis, there's meta-analysis and systematic review, followed by randomized control trial, and then on randomized control trial, case control, cohort studies, systematic review or descriptive, then single descriptive or maybe primary research, then expert review, then blocks and other ones. That's how we do them. Use that knowledge, what we learn from them, then to rank this particular for you. Okay. So Anthony, please, you raise your hand if you want to come in to rank this for us. Okay.
Hello, Doc. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can talk.
I will start with B.
Start with B. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so a 2023 article in Lancet, peer-reviewed, Q1, DOI present. Very good. So that's correct. So B is first. Let's go. Will you continue, or maybe another person will come in for you?
I will continue. Then I also add D.
You add D.
D.
Okay, so D is 2024 master's thesis from University Repository. Okay, that's D. Okay, fine. That's quite good. But I think another person will come in. So rank all of them. Let's see your steps. So B,
okay, then followed by A.
Followed by A. 2010 World Bank Policy Report. Oh, that's very good. So number 3, the third one is A. Followed by which one?
And then at C.
C, a blog. Oh, yeah. A blog post by an anonymous author dated 2022. Okay.
Sorry, I would take E before C.
Okay, so E is going to be the 4th one. Then C is going to be the 5th one.
Yes, please.
Is that right?
Thank
okay,
you.
So now your rank is 1 is B, 2 is D, 3 is A, 4 is D, and then 5 is E. That's okay. Can another person also come in to try?
Can I come in?
Please mute yourself if you are not talking.
Yeah, this is entry.
Please, can someone
Hello?
come in to try?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, please.
Okay, thank you. This is entry. Yeah,
Okay,
I am.
so you
I'm
can give
going
it a try.
Okay, I'm going to start with A.
You start from which number?
I'll start with B. I'll start with B. That
B.
is the
Okay,
period.
B. Yeah, B. B. That's okay. Followed by
Followed by A.
E. Okay,
Yes.
2010 World Bank report.
And D.
D. Okay. Then
D.
master thesis.
Then I'll go to Wikipedia E before the C, which is the last one.
What is the fourth one, please?
I'm going to take the Wikipedia before the blog post.
Okay. Okay. So you pick the Wikipedia, then the last one with the blog post. Okay, that's very good. But is there any reason? Can you give me some reason why you rank it this way? Because the task is in pair, agree and rank it from 1 to 5. Give one reason for your top and bottom choice. Why do you rank the B first, and why do you rank the C last? Can you give us some reason?
Thank you. I think we are talking about verified papers that have source which is authentic, and one we have a peer review, and it is a Q1, meaning it is worldwide accepted publisher. Oh yeah, and it's also have a DOI, which we can trace it at any point in time to see whoever wrote it and which publisher did that publication. And I'm choosing the blog as the last one with the tag as anonymous. Here we don't know who wrote it and we can't verify where it's coming from. That is why I'm choosing it as the last option. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please, your name and where you are from, can we?
I'm Daniel Kwesi Entry, a product of UG, Masters and now in Malaysia, University Putra, pursuing PhD in agribusiness, University Putra, Malaysia.
Wow, that's fine. Anthony, very good. You've done very well.
That is Entry Daniel Kwesi Sechi. Entry Daniel Kwesi.
Entry Daniel, okay. Entry Daniel,
Yeah.
that's very good. Wow. Any other person with a diverse thinking about this? Do you agree with Entry Daniel? Please, if someone didn't agree, you can bring your perspective. If we are only using 5 minutes for this exercise, our time is fast running. If somebody have, okay.
Ruben, we have someone in the comments, Abdul, who said his choices are B, A, D, E, C.
Okay, can that person give us some explanation? Because we want to learn from you as well. I'm just leading the discussion, but when it comes to exercise, we should all participate and make the webinar engaging. So can that person come in and mute he or maybe I don't know, and maybe give the reason for the ranking?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, please. Okay, I will rank B as 1.
Okay.
A as 2nd. D as 3rd. E as 4th. And C as the 5th one. Because when you look at B is a peer-reviewed journal. And it's Q1 journal. And the DOI is also present. You can trace it to verify it. And A is 2nd. It's a World Bank. It's from World Bank, which is also verified as a known organization. And D is a master's thesis from a recognized university repository, which can also be verified. And E is a Wikipedia. But C, which is a blog and also anonymous author, you don't know the person, cannot be verified. I think that's all that I have to say.
Very good. You did well. I think I perfectly agree with you. I perfectly agree with you. Okay, so as part of the exercise again, all these 5 sources, which one will you use in your thesis and which one you will not like to use at all? I want other people to also come in. Tell me which one will you use in your thesis and which one you will not use. I need at least 2 or 3 people to come in that aspect. We are done with the ranking. We want to know which one is good to use and which one is not good to use.
Hello, Doc.
Please, you can raise your hand. Okay. Okay.
So this Sebastian.
Margaret raised the hand, but so Margaret, come in. If you want to talk, please raise your hand and I will mention your name, then you talk. Margaret, please, we are listening to you.
Okay, thank you. With me, I'll use B.
Okay.
And then I will not use E. The reason for me to use B is because it is a reliable source whereby you can see there is the DEO there. The year is latest according to the literature. And I think I'll go for that B. Thank you.
Thank you too. Okay. Who again, please? I want somebody to also talk about which one will you use, which one you will not use. So Margaret actually chose B, a 2023 article in Lancet, peer review from Key One and document online indicator link present. Okay, Martin. So Martin Negler, please come in.
Yeah, I will not use the C at all. The reason being that it comes from a very low donor, which is not recognized worldwide. So I will not go for C at all.
Okay. That's good. So Martin is saying that he will not use the blog post because it is not even from any journal. And the worst of all is we don't even know the author. Though it is current, but it is not a good source. So he will not use it at all. But Martin, please, we want to know which one you use and which one you not use. So can you tell us which one you use?
Yes, I would like to use B because it's from a very high journal. It has a DOI, Q1, and then peer reviewing. Show that it's from a proper journal. So I will use D, but for C, I will not use it at all because it's from low journal.
That's fine. Please, who again? I want 2 more people to go so that we can move on. I want 2 more.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Ruben.
Yeah, please, I can hear you.
Ishmael, this is Ishmael. I will use B, A, and D.
Okay, give us your reason.
The B, A, and D, I think they are reviewers that go through in order to make sure that the work is in a good shape. And when you look at the word policy, there are information that are really important, and the information is well reviewed. When you look at the be viewed to. I think they have lecturers and editors and experts that have gone through it. And even the master's thesis, we have lecturers and supervisors that make sure that the work is really done. But the rest, the C and the U, everybody can put something and which you can think that it's information though, but they are not verified. It's just an hypothesis. There's no theory backing it. And I think that those things will not be used in my research.
Great. Dr. Ishmael, that's very good. So Ishmael is one of my colleagues. I think you explained all. But if one person again, if somebody is ready to give us the last opinion, I'll be happy. A last one.
We have Millicent on chat.
Yeah, please, you can come in.
To share.
Please, do you want to bring a suggestion? Okay, so because of time, let's proceed. So I think all that you people said is true.
Hello, Ruben.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, I would like to contribute. I will not use C. I will not use. I will use all the others apart from C or E. I think many people have talked about C. E is because it is Wikipedia and therefore it is not peer reviewed. I may find myself referencing a journal which is also from the predatory journals. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Millicent. That's very nice. So yes, I agree with all of you, and I thank all of you that contributed. This is true. So I will start from one. The first one, which is 2010 World Bank Policy Reports. One problem with this one is it is outdated. 2010 to date, it is above the 10 years range. It is outdated. World Bank policy. This is a policy report. So it will be very credible. If there is no outdated one from World Bank, and this 2020, let's say World Bank policy report on food security, and we have another report which is published in 2025, then this one will not be a good source. But if there is no outdated one, then this one will still be the updated one. So yes, I'll use this in my thesis, depending on how recent it is. So that's why I agree with all of you, but in a detail, I will not just use it. I will not use it if there is an outdated one. Let's say I go to World Bank report website and I see the same report but published in 2025. And we have 2010 and we have 1998 one. So I'll rather cite the 2025 one and leave the 2010. So that's it. So World Bank policy report in general is a good source. And it's going to be ranked second after the peer review journal. Now let me come to B. The B is 2023 article in Lancet, peer reviewed from Q1 journal. DOI is present. Now, the first thing you should look at, is it recent or not? Yes, it is recent. 2, is it from a authoritative source? Now, what all of you got, I will not say wrong, but what you didn't do before you do your final decision is, do you verify the Lancet? At least, if I were you, I'll go and browse the Lancet quickly. I'll just type it on my phone. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll pick my phone, go to Google. When I go to Google, then I'll type Lancet to know what is it. So you just see Lancet being peer reviewed Q1 DO. It can also be a predatory. So please, all of you should do it. All those that said you use it. So pick your phone and type Lancet. So the Lancet, I don't know if someone found it. Please, if someone, let's all do it. Let's all do it. Just pick your phone and Google the Lancet, and let's see which journal is that. So, okay, we do that quickly. So let's yeah, here is it. So the Lancet. So let's go and see, is it a good source or not? So the Lancet, this is it, the Lancet. So I've already logged in. Wow, that's fine. So Lancet, you have to now see, okay, let's see the journal, publish, clinical, global health, multimedia event, about. So you go to the about. Then you read more about them. Okay, so about the Lancet group. So you go to about the Lancet group and read about them and see what is their index. Explore our journal. So the Lancet journal, yes. But one thing about this, they are part of the Elsevier. They are part of the Elsevier group. So that's where they have their indexing and everything. So this is a good journal. But what I want to actually explain in this exercise is that you should have browsed the source. Just a Lancet. You don't know what is it, and you say it's credible, you use it. Maybe you browse and maybe it's from the predatory. What will you now do? So that your answer would be a wrong one. So when it comes to exercise, like when browse first, verify the source first. So we click on it. This is from Elsevier, so we can do advanced search. As follow about dancing, they have the how call it. This is medical journal. So we have the Lancet Oncology, a lot. So this is a credible one. So now what shows that they are good? They are from Elsevier. When we read about them in detail, I think there is no time, so we will not go into detail. But what I know, that is from Elsevier, which is good. And we know that Elsevier is from. So Elsevier is part of one of the top. This one, Elsevier, the Lancet is part of them. You see, Lancet and Cell. So Lancet is part of Elsevier. You see, Lancet. So since Lancet is part of Elsevier, it's a good source. So what I expect from you is that, oh, I choose this because, let me hide, yeah. Maybe I choose this article because Lancet is part of Elsevier journal, and Elsevier is a top publisher, Scopus Index. Most of the Elsevier journals are Scopus Index. Most of them, they are either Scopus Index or Web of Science Index, and they are top journal, they are top authoritative, so they are good. They are paired Q1, DOI presence. So that is it. Then C, blog post. Do not use it at all, and it should be ranked as the lowest. Do not use it at all. It's the red flag. A blog post, do not use it. Even if the author is there, do not use it. The master's thesis. For me, I will not even use master's thesis in my publication. I will not use master's thesis in my manuscripts. But for thesis submission, you can use it. But when you want to publish in top journal, please stick to journal articles and books, verified books and journal articles, cite systematic reviews, meta-analysis, control trial articles, maybe updated maybe policy reports from World Bank, Food and Agriculture Organization, maybe World Health Organization. Those big institutions or organizations, use them. Wikipedia entry on agricultural economics. This is also another red flag. Do not use it at all. Do not use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not something that is peer reviewed. It is also like a blog post. If you want to use something from Wikipedia, click. Normally, Wikipedia will do the thing and give you the source. Go and then click on the source and verify before you use that claim. If not, citing the raw Wikipedia is a red flag. So that is it. Let's move on. Now, the next thing we are going to do here is anatomy of a journal article. Now we have, if you open a journal article, how do you manage to know it is a good source? One, the title and abstract. Read the title and abstract. So does the abstract match what the study actually did? Look at the topic and the abstract. Is it matching? Yes. Okay, then you move to the introduction. Is the gap clear? Are they filling a clear gap? Sometimes some of the articles that are there, the gap is there, but they are not filling any important gap. Do not use them. And we have the method. Look at the method. Is the design appropriate? We have a tool that we use to appraise these studies. We have JBI tool. So I'll talk about it when it comes to the appraiser side. Or you can use the scrap model. So the design, is it appropriate? Is it a mixed method? Sometimes if you are using a quantitative research, if you are doing a quantitative research, the design has to be quantitative. If you are doing a qualitative research, the design has to be qualitative. If you are doing a mixed method, the design has to also follow a mixed method design. Most of the time, most of the PhD candidates that I sometimes supervise and then they see me, they say they are doing mixed method. Somebody doing mixed method and you are using cross-sectional design. I said, why are you using cross-sectional design? It's totally a red flag. Because cross-sectional design is a quantitative approach design. We have research approach and we have research design. Research approach is one, quantitative, qualitative, mixed method. They are the approach. Each approach has its own design. So when you use quantitative approach, under it, we have maybe cross-sectional design, maybe panel design, maybe correlational design. We have a lot of design under them. Maybe when you are using qualitative approach, then we have this ethnography, we have this plenty qualitative designs. I can't mention all of them. If you are using a mixed method approach, you can use this Criswell book. Criswell book will describe to you that when you're using a mixed method approach, then you should use something like maybe exploratory sequential design or explanatory sequential or divergent design. These are the designs that I expect students to use. But a student will be using a mixed method design, a mixed method approach, and then the design is totally wrong. If you do that in a journal, for me, I'm a reviewer. I review about 20 plus articles. And I reject some of them because of their design. Some of them, you are using a mixed method and you only actually write about the quantitative aspect. I don't see the qualitative aspect. I'll reject it. I'll tell either you change the design or you should go and redo the work to include the qualitative aspects. So the method is the most important thing I will look at. The sample. Is the sample okay? The sample size. When you are talking about quantitative study, the sample size, you can use a formula. You can use Cochrane's formula. You can use Siamin's formula. We have other type of formula that you can use. At least as a journal article, target something like 400 sample size. I got one article from this Ghana here, and the article is using 210. I think is it 110 sample size. And I wrote to the authors. Does it mean all the respondents that are in Ghana, they are all only 110? Or they decide to only take 110? And that 110, can they use 110 people represent the entire Ghana? See the population of Ghana. We are in millions, and we're using only 110 to represent the entire Ghana. It's biased. So either they should go and redo the work, or they should just use a particular district, not even a region. Then you have to, you just use a region, but maybe effect of this in Ghana, you are using entire Ghana, and you are only using less than 100. It's not enough. So when I say that in your article, the sample size is not meeting the representative of it. You can't use only 100 people to represent about 1 million people. No, it doesn't work that way. Even the analysis, is it detailed enough to replicate when we are doing this clinicals? You do experiments. Can someone read your paper and do the same thing? Maybe I do an experiment in Ghana here. Can someone do that same experiment in Kenya and get the same results? Ask yourself. If it is no, it's as a red flag. Then we talk about the results. Now you can also check if the result clearly presented. So these are the things that when I'm reviewing a paper, these are the things I look at. The discussion and then the reference. Now the references. What I do now, AI in the system. ChatGPT, Cloud AI, Gemini, a lot. These AI are there in the system. Students use it. In fact, I also do use it to do some tasks. But I don't use AI to do references. I use either my big Zotero or Mendeley. If there is a time for that, you teach all those references software. Those are the things that you should give. Do not fall on AI to give you references. AI will definitely get it wrong. So what I do is that I quickly go to your references. I go click on all the sources. Even if only one, I click and even only one is from a predatory source, that article is rejected. Straightforward. I'll tell you that you are not serious. If you cite something from a predatory, you are now the predatory people, they are the enemies in academia. They are our enemies. Now, it's like we are going to war. We are fighting against our enemy. Now you are citing from them. That means you are supporting them. So when you cite an article from a predatory source, you are indirectly, you are telling us that a predatory source is also good, so we should use them. That means you are supporting them. So if you use sources from a predatory source and you want to publish in Elsevier will reject that paper. Emerald will reject it. I know Taylor and Francis, one more paper is there, they'll reject it. Even Cambridge University Press Oxford will reject it. So please don't let AI lie to you. Please verify all the sources, especially the DOI. That permanently. Click it. See, is it from Scopus Index? Here is good, something that I can follow. Some journals are not from Scopus, but they are also good. Example, this institutional journal, we call them low journal or local journals. African Journal Online, some of them are not Scopus Index, but they are good. Those who want to use it, it's also good. I'll clarify those things as well. Now let's see how to critically appraise an article. Because of our time, I'll run up quickly so that we can have questions. So now what you do is you screen the article, you read the title and abstract. Is it relevant? Is it worthy? Then check the authority. The authorities, who wrote it? Where is it published? Is it from Journal Index? Is it the Journal Index? So if you want to see if the journal is correct, check the index. Don't read about it. They'll tell you lies. They'll say we are top journal, we are from this, we are from that. But check the index. The index, is the index in the top database? Is it Scopus Index? Is it Web of Science Index? Is it available in PubMed? Are they in Directory of Open Access Journal, DWAJ? Are they in African Journal Online? Check all those things. Then interrogate the method. Check if the method is good. Weigh the evidence, decide and record it, either to use or not. So that's our appraisals. I think when we are doing literature systematic reviews, we'll go deeper into this thing. Then appraisal questions and how to ask. This is purely appraisal. When we want to appraise a study, to check if it is credible. Now the research that we see justified. Are the claims questionable? So result, okay, let's go to the method. Is the design appropriate? I think I touched on this already. Now, work example, appraising one article. Now, this one, because of time, this is an exercise for us to do, but because of time, I'll let some few times, so I'll escape it a bit. But this exercise about how we appraise a study. So make sure that the study is current. 2022. So right now, let's say we are appraising this study. Agricultural trade and economic growth in Sub-Saharan Africa. World development. World development is the journal. volume 152. There's an issuer 2. Yeah. Please, when we are research, we have to know the difference between a volume and an issuer, please. And if it published, the publisher is Elsevier. Please, we are different between a publisher and we have something called database before journal. Let me clarify this thing more. The publisher is the organization that publishes the journal or that hosts the journal. So let's say World Development. World Development is one of the topmost world journal. It's one of the top journal. So Elsevier is the one that is hosting World Development. So Elsevier is the publisher here, and World Development is the journal, and Scopus is the database, and the ranking is at Q1. That's it. So please, if you want to actually rank journal, know the difference between journal, know the difference between publisher, difference between what? A database. Let's move on. Now, this is another exercise. Read the abstract, then judge it against the appraisal question. This study explored whether smartphone use improve farmer incomes. We interviewed some farmers in one district and found that those with phones seem to earn more. The result proved that giving every farmer a smartphone will end rural poverty. No funding or conflict are reported. Please, I want two people, just two, to appraise this thing for me. So the question is the sample adequate or described? Is the sample size adequate or described? Please, can someone answer that one? The sample size, is it adequate? Please, who can come in to help here? I want maybe one person. This is supposed to be a breakout session, but because of the time, we can't do the breakout session.
Hello, Ruben.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I cannot see the hand. I will have raised my hand now. The sample size has not been determined, so we don't know whether it is representative of the population or not.
That's good.
Thank you.
So the sample is not even described, it's not even stated. That's great. So Dr. Millicent, it's true. So this study, the sample is not described. Does this seem to justify proofs? Dr. Millicent, I'm on you still.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear. Does it seem to justify?
Yes, so does it seem to justify proof? Does the article seem to justify the proof? They prove that, the result proved that giving every farmer a smartphone will end rural poverty. Did they actually have a justification to this?
No, there is no justification because there is no, we don't see the data. So there is no
data,
justification.
so we can't justify. Exactly, that's good. Is the conclusion overstated? Did they overstate the conclusion?
Yes, it is overstated because it is not evidence-based. Without statistics, then there is no credibility of the results.
Exactly. And the last one, what is actually missing from the methodology session?
We don't see the research. We don't see the research design.
Very good. Research design is missing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't see the sampling.
The sample is missing.
Yes, we don't see the data collection.
No data collection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we don't see the validity of the results.
Validity, yes.
Yeah, so it is not. Yeah, that is all I can say.
Yeah, thank you very much. I saw Amina raising the hand. Amina, please, if you are here, you can also bring your inputs.
Good evening, everyone from this side. I think Millicent has mentioned most of what I was to say. Starting from the first question, is the sample adequate or as described? To me, it is not adequate because we don't know the sample size that the researcher is using to report from the abstract, and whether it seems to justify. There is no justification per se because we are not seeing where the researcher is coming from and where now, from what he has been able to collect in the field, is able to prove his statements that this is right vis-a-vis what maybe I was able to get on the ground, or the position per se. Then in the conclusion, to me, I can say yes, it has been overstated because his conclusion says that the results prove that giving every farmer a smartphone will end rural poverty. Apart from the statement that just says those who have the smartphones earn more, it doesn't tell us like to what extent and what are we weighing vis-a-vis the other one, because you just tell us they're improving the income, but improving an income and the rural poverty, the weighing, what we are weighing against what is not really clear, such that the statement wouldn't really verify to validate the justification that has been stated. And the last one, the missing methods. Yes, we are not able to determine which kind of criteria, let's say like the sampling method that was used for data collection, and without that and the analysis that was being used actually to draw to the conclusions of the statement. So for me, yes, it is missing as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amina. You did all. So, like Amina said, yeah, the sample is not adequate. It's not that it's not adequate. It's not even stated in the first place. There is no sample description. We don't even know. They just said that the study explore whether smartphone use improve farmer income. We don't even know whom they even collect the data from. We don't even know the respondents. To even talk of how many samples they even interviewed, or even either they use questionnaire or they use interview guide. We don't even know. So this thing like this, if I were to be the editor of this, and this is a paper, I'll do this with it. I'll not even waste my time and send this one out for peer review. I'll save the peer reviewers time in the resources, even having time to look at a trash. In fact, it will just take your time. So I will just reject this. When it comes to does it justify the proof, there is no justification. They say they interview some farmers. We don't even know the district. In one district, which district? They have to state the exact district, which country. Now, is the conclusion overstated? They overstated it. Now, what is missing in the method? Like Dr. Millicent and Amina said, one, we don't even know which approach they use. The research either quantitative or qualitative. We don't know. The study explored. When you mention the word explored, I think you're using qualitative. Whether it's smartphone use improve farmer income, then here become quantitative, because effect of smartphone use on farmer income is a quantitative approach, but the word explore is a qualitative language. So I don't even know if this researcher is using quantitative or a mixed method. I don't even know. So the approach is not stated. Now the design, we don't even know either the person is using quantitative or qualitative, cross-sectional design, casual design, whatever, we don't know. Now, three, the data collection is not described. The samples are not mentioned. The respondents are not mentioned. How many people they even collect data, we don't know them. The reliability is not stated. When you talk of the model that if they are using quantitative, which model did they use? We don't know the model they use. Method of data analysis is totally missing. If it is qualitative, are they using thematic analysis? Which software are you using, people? We don't know. So, and the result proof that giving every farmer a smartphone, and this is a lie. Where did they find it? Which place? So this is a red flag. This is a total, when you see something like this, it's hot. But now, how do we correct this? This is the correct version. This study explored whether smartphone uses improve farmer incomes in Ghana. Let's say in Ghana. The study explored whether smartphone use improve farmer incomes in Ghana. We interviewed farmers. We don't use some farmers. We interviewed 400 farmers in Ashanti region of Ghana. So we mentioned the district, Ashanti region of Ghana, or let's say Ejisu district of Ghana. Using quantitative method, we employed endogenous switching regression model. Then, first off, we said that the study found that those with phones, we don't use SIM. If you're using those with phone SIM, then you are not even sure of the result. So it's that the study found that those with phones earn more, maybe 2 times more than those that do not. Then the result proved that, the study concluded that giving every farmer a smartphone will end a rural poverty. We don't even add abstract, we don't add the funding or conflict. We don't add the funding or conflict. So that's the field correction. Let's go. Any other question on this or anything, any contribution on this exercise? Okay, we move on. Now, practical source evaluation checklist. So we talk about how current the paper is. So is the publication date right for your topic? So normally use something that is in the 10-year range. Relevance, does it directly address your research question, population context? What the article that you are reading, is it related to your title? If it is not related, don't use it. Then authority, who wrote it? Now, which website is it from? Is it from the governmental website? Like example, website like, let's say nhs.uk is a good website from Health Information Service in UK. You can use it. ac.uk is academic institution in UK, so you can use it. .com is a commercial site. Not all .com that you use. All .com are not from a good source. Though emeraldhub.com, but they are good. So not all of them is good. Edu is good. Edu is an educational website. So if you're not a school, a renowned school, you will not have the Edu. Then Gov from government. Most of the things that are from government is also good. Then military is also good. Network, not all that from network is good. So you have to check all these how do you call them? Domains, call it domain. Then the accuracy, is the methodology accurate? Is the abstract accurate? Does it match? Then the purpose, why is it written? Check all this. Now, this is the 4th exercise, but we skip this for now. We did a similar one. So we are gradually finishing the webinar. So in your breakout group, compare 2 sources which belong in a literature review. So here we have source A and source B. Titled The Impact of Trade on African Economies. The writer should be Agricultural Trade and Growth in Sub-Saharan Africa. So you see, if you are given a title, the title have to make sense. Now the source from the bad one is from source A, africanblog.wordpress.com, and it's published in 2019. It's bad, so don't use that. Something from World Development, published in 2022. It's good, use it. Now the authors, none is listed from the bad one, but here they listed Asante and Mensah E. That's good. Then review, no peer review. Source B, good, peer reviewed. Then the method, not disclosed. The method that they use for the method is not disclosed. No DOI, don't use it. Then the method, they use panel regression. That means they will use panel design and they disclose it. DOI is there, it's good. So please, these are the things that you should check on the article. Now, common mistake in source selection, citing a blog or Wikipedia. Please do not cite a blog. Do not cite Wikipedia sources. Do not cite a website just like that, unless the website is from what? From World Banks, big institutions, big organizations. 2, citing the abstract only. People cite only see what's in the abstract, but the paper might be a trash. Please read the paper. Overusing textbooks. Please, textbooks are not peer-reviewed. Supervisors expect engagement with primary journal work. You see, textbooks are good, but not peer-reviewed. That's the truth. One book that I published with our faculty members. We wrote it, the editors they edit something. The thing is published. We don't have any peer review something. Maybe only few books might be peer reviewed. So we trust the primary research than even these textbooks. So use more of the health. So in me, I would say that use 70% journal article, maybe 30% books or textbooks. Or textbook, we can use 20% and use 80% of the journal articles. Then using a single database. If you are doing a literature review, do not use only one database. Do not use only Google Scholar. Use Scopus, use Web of Science, use maybe Gestor, use PubMed, use different one. Ignore publication dates. When we are doing literature review, do not just see that sometimes the title will fit whatever you agree, but the paper is too old. Check the date. Trusting predatory journals. Like I just showed you, predatory journals, never and ever trust them. They are not from a good source. When you use it in your paper, we will look down upon that paper. You suffer and do your thesis, but when we see even one predatory source, we will look down upon that paper. Now, this is a key take-home lesson. Authority is earned through peer review. So make sure before you can say that you are doing a good research, it's from what? Peer review, publisher, standing and author expertise. Use the CRAB test to use the CRAB test to do your screening. Then prioritize index. Prioritize what? Journal that have their indexing plainly stated. Peer-reviewed work. Then verify the risk, how the study recent, the relevance, its relevance to your work and the methodology. Stir the clear of predatory journals. So you see, predatory journals, they are such a way that if you are not an expert in a field, you trust them. Because they will promise you that they'll publish your article fast. They are this, they are that. Sometimes they do as if they are good journals. So they are what? Liars. They are our enemies. See them as our enemy. Do not pick anything from them. Check the DWAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. Check it. That one can help you. Check the CIMAGO. The CIMAGO, they are the one that rank journal from Q1 to Q4. Check it. Is the journal ranked there? Think, check, submit. You can also use that one. Think, check, submit. It's also a website. You can check them when we are done with the webinar. Then your reference list is your scholarly signature. So when you submit a paper to your supervisor or you submit a paper to a journal, for me as a reviewer, I go straight for it to the reference list. If the reference list is from a predatory journal, in fact, I will not even waste my time to review that paper. I'll just tell the editor, reject. Why? The references are from weak sources, or the references are from predatory sources. I'll just write to the editor, she reject the paper. Yes, to reject it, because if you use even one predatory journal in the work, do you know what you are causing to yourself? One, if you are a professor, that your professor will not be respected anymore. You are a professor and you are citing from predatory journal. So doesn't mean you are a professor. You don't know the difference between predatory journal and a good source. Two, they will not respect that. If the school that you are publishing a thing from, you say, this school is too low. It's too low. It's low. How come the faculty members couldn't detect this and you submit it? The authors, all of you be in trouble. And if that paper passed through peer review, sometime maybe a peer reviewer will not pay attention to the references and the paper is now published. You will suffer from what we call extraction. Do extract that your paper. Do extract it. If they go and look at your references later, maybe the paper is fully published anyway, they can reject it. So that is it. So this is post-webinar assignments. Go and then choose 3 sources relevant to your own research topic. We are finishing. Use the CRAB test to check it, score it, share the results. So we are done officially now. If you have question, you can bring it, then we discuss it. Thank you very much for joining and listening to me. Okay, so the facilitator can come in, and then if there is any question, they bring it.
Thank you so much, Ruben. We are so grateful that you took time to, research and prepare for us such a wonderful presentation, for you to have given us the perspective of the scholar and even the peer reviewer. It gives us a holistic view of not just what we are writing, but will it outlive us if we, publish in predatory journals, that maybe our work will not be recognized or used. So we are so grateful for that, for taking that time, and even for the practicality of it all, that you even took us to your emails to see what the language of the predatory journals looks like. We are so grateful for all the exercises we've been able to do, because now in so many ways it has been ingrained in us how to know a good journal, a high authority journal. So I don't want to take much time. We had 2 questions in the chat, and I can see maybe some of the people who had asked have raised their hand. So the first question was by Jim. If one has published their work only to find the journal in which they have published is predatory, is there a way of pulling the paper down? And then we have a second question that was on chat. Please, how can one verify whether a source has been indexed? So that is by Rabu Learning. Let me check if there is another question on chat that has come up now. So that's what we have for now. You can just respond to those 2. And we are happy to see your full face.
That's fine, thank you. So I'm scrolling to see the questions. Please, the first question, what's in it?
It was about if someone has already submitted to a predatory journal, can they withdraw it? Yes, the first one.
Somebody have I didn't get it clear. Someone have submitted a paper to a journal.
A predatory journal, can they withdraw it?
Oh, okay, fine. So if you submit your paper to a journal and you want to withdraw it, yes, you can do that. So we call it, you call for paper removal. Even today, we published one paper, and then one of the author tell me that the affiliation is wrong, so I should write to the editor. So you can write to the editor, and the editor will extract the paper for you. So when the paper is published, they can extract it. Yes. So that's that one too. What about the second question?
The second one was about how can one verify whether a source has been indexed?
Okay. So if a source is indexed, you check it from the journal website. So let's just do one few practical. Let me share my screen. I'll use Google Scholar to do just 2 minutes. So to answer that question, because I want the whole thing should be practical as possible. Let me just. Okay. So. Okay, so let's go to Google Scholar. So, okay, full loss and waste. Okay, age and mobile money adoption in Africa. Okay, fine. So age and mobile money adoption in Africa. So, example, when you search an article from Google Scholar, you see, do have a lot of results. So, example, let's take it one by one. Determinant of mobile money. So you have to click this. When you click it, to send you to wherever the paper is published. So when you open this, this is the paper. Now, this is Taylor and Francis. As soon as you see Taylor and Francis, it is credible. Taylor and Francis is part of the top journal, top publisher, sorry. Taylor and Francis is a publisher, it's not a journal. Now, this journal is Cogent Social Sciences. Cogent Social Sciences is the journal. Now, see the articles. This is the article. See, the authors are there. See, the authors cite this article. You can cite this is the DOI. So everything, you can review the PDF. Everything is there. See the abstract, detailed. Everything is there. So you can see all the section of the paper. So this is also from a good source. If you want to further check it, you can go to the journal. You can go to the journal. So let's click on Cogent Social Sciences. Click on the journal. Then you straightforward check for their index. Okay, Social Sciences, Cogent Social Science. Go open an open access journal. Okay, so okay, about this journal. Okay, let's click about this journal. So this is about this journal. Scope. This is their scope. This is their metric C. So the impact factor is 1.6. This is the acceptance rates. All the information is here. This the editorial board is here. The editors are closely and with their detailed information here. See, data information here. You can even go to their, let's check for their index and see. So about the journal, browse articles issue, follow, okay. The journal metrics, abstract and indexing. So here is it. Abstracting and indexing. This is where you check. Abstracting and indexing. So they are online. They are Web of Science Emerging Sources Citation Index. See, this is Scopus. Their Scopus Index. International Bibliography of Social Sciences. It's a Directory of Open Access Journal. Good. Academic Search Institute. ProQuest. See, British Library. A lot of, see, Google Scholar, Crossref. They are all the Taylor and Francis online. You see. So please, they are from a good source. Now, let's go. Let's search for this. This is Taylor and Francis again. Okay, let's go to this. This is also from Emerald. Emerald is also good. Let's go to here. So you start to come to the website. So when you come to the website, as soon as you see Emerald, is good. You can go to their indexing and also check. Okay, now let's go further and see. This is from Elsevier. You click. So see, this is from Elsevier. You can see it directly from here. Like this one, this is Elsevier. You can see it. So this paper is good. This is the paper. So you can see the volume, everything from this is the journal. You can even click on the journal and see their index. You can search about them. Editorial, okay. About publish. Okay. About aims and scope. I think yeah. But as soon as the rule of thumb, as soon as you see Elsevier, do not even waste your time checking the index. Is good. Now let's go to this. This is Springer Nature, which is also good source. As soon as you see the Springer Nature, it's also good. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's see this. Let's see this. This is search ProQuest.com. Let's see. So this, the requested document was not found. If you see this, it's a red flag. A red flag. If you see this, I will not use this source. I can't even verify the source. You see, it is a red flag. So to answer that question, check the journal information, the index. Because of the time, I will not go further. But if we go further, we will see some of the predatory source. You see, this is ProQuest, which is not indexed, and if the index is not, do not use it. So that's it. Please, the one asked the question, have I answered him or he or she? And if possible, the next question.
Okay, I think we'll have just one more question. Lawrence,
okay.
You have it. Yes.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, evening.
I want to just double check this by you. So, in
Okay.
citing or in getting the literature or to in getting the journals or articles for our literature, you mentioned that sometimes it should be current or it should be current and be within 10 years. But I would want to ask if you were doing, you were looking for literature to back some theories of yours, and the theories have not, they don't have a current edition. So you realize that sometimes it's like an older version. Can you still use it? Or because it was written some years ago, like some seminal papers have been written long ago, but we still cite it to back the usage of a theory or something. Is it allowed that way, or we should always look for the very current one? Is that what you're saying? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So the rule of thumb is when you see a theory, please go inside the original author of the theory, the one that introduced the theory. And most of those people, they are old references. So we call them classical literature. They are classical literature. So you can use them. Don't think they are, because they are theory, you will not use them. Please use them. You can use them. But if the theory is updated, I'll prefer you should use the updated version. Use the updated version more. But if there is no updated version and all that you can see is the, let's say, 1998, 2010, use them. They are classical literature. They are theory. So those people, classical literature, they are always used. So yes, you can use them. Feel free and use it. So I confirm that even if the theory is written in 1990 something or 2000, which is outdated, you can still use it because they are the one that introduced the theory. If you decide not to use it, then don't even use that theory. So it's better you use the original um, proponent of the theory. So yes, you can use it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, for the questions that are remaining, I'll share them with Ruben and then he can respond in the WhatsApp group. This is because of time. So I thank you all for joining us today. We are so grateful for your presence, and we don't take it for granted how much time you put into this presentation, Ruben. And we are so grateful, and we will have more topics facilitated by Ruben, so be on the lookout. What I would say, if you're not in the Africana Journal Club, I'll share the link here so that you join, so that you can access today's webinar. We will be posting it, the webinar and the slides on the group. So I feel like there is a lot to digest here. So if you come up with more questions, post them in the group, and I believe Ruben will be able to answer. So how was it for you? You can give us
Hello.
the last as we close.
Hello.
I'm asking how was the training for you today?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Before we close, I would like to ask that question before you close. It's about some of the list of reference. You realize that if the person take the information from Scopus, they show it at the list of reference. They indicate the Scopus, Google Scholar or website site. How do they do that with respect to the references? If they took the information from Google Scholar, they attach the Google Scholar to it. Scopus, they attach to it with respect to the reference. How did they do that before we end it, please?
Okay, so Ishmael, to understand your question well, you are talking about, I didn't get it clearly, but if I understand well, you are talking about Scopus, Google Scholar, something attached to reference list. Clarify that place first so that I can
Yes.
get it clearly.
We see some of the references some authors do, and you realize that after they have cited a reference, they attached Google Scholar to it. That means they took the information
Oh,
from
okay.
Google Scholar.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
That's why.
Fine. I understand. I understand. That one is the publisher that will do that. So if the article that you cited is indexed in Google Scholar, you will see the Google Scholar there. So when you click on it, you see it on Google Scholar Direct. Sometimes you see Scopus. So when you click on it, you will see the article in Scopus Direct. Sometimes Web of Science, sometimes other database. So it's the publisher that will do that, not you, the author. You, the author, you only work on a reference list and provide a DOI. So when you provide a DOI, you see, the reason why they request the DOI is for that particular purpose. The reason why they need the DOI is to the indexing. They want to see the source and verify it. So Ishmael, to answer your question, is the publisher does that, and when they do it, it's good. So when you see your paper being arranged in that format, it's a good practice for publication. That's it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you all. We'd like to end the meeting now because we have our team who are in the office and we'd like for them to go home safely. Here in Kenya, it's 8:47 p.m. So allow us to take all the questions to WhatsApp and Ruben will answer them from there. So thank you so much for showing up. All the people from Malaysia, South Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, South Sudan, and Ghana. So truly Africa was represented today. I wish you all a good evening or day, depending on where you are.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you too. Thank you for the
Asante sana.
Bye.